What if I told you the company that wants to find innovation just got a throne in the world's biggest smartphone market and no one saw it coming this fast? Yep, Apple, the iconic, untouchable, trillion-dollar titan, just took a massive hit in China. And the company that replaced it? Not Samsung, not Google. It's Huawei. The same Huawei that many thought wouldn't survive U.S. sanctions a few years ago. Well, guess what? Not only is Huawei back, it's back on top. Welcome back to the channel. Today's story isn't just another tech update. This is about a major shift in power, a wake-up call to the tech world, and honestly, a bit of a reality check for Apple. So let's talk numbers. Cold, real numbers. In the first quarter of 2024, Apple sold about 3.75 million iPhones in China. In the first quarter of 2025, that number dropped to just 1.89 million. That's a drop of nearly 50%. Half gone in just 12 months. Let that sink in for a second. This is not a small dip. This is one of the steepest falls Apple has ever seen in China. And it's happening while Chinese brands are gaining ground fast. Leading the charge is Huawei. The company now controls nearly 20% of the Chinese smartphone market. And it's not just because they're making decent phones. It's because they've changed the entire game. Instead of relying on foreign chip suppliers, Huawei has developed its own Kirin chips. And they're good, really good. Combine that with their own Harmony OS Next operating system, which is packed with AI features, and you've got a smartphone experience that's not just competitive. It's ahead of the curve. These devices don't just respond when you touch them. They predict what you're about to do. They learn your habits. They integrate deeply into daily life. They become smart, intuitive companions. And they're affordable. That's the key. Huawei, Honor, Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo. They're all delivering more tech, more innovation, and more personalization at a lower price point. Apple tried to respond. They launched a major discount campaign, cutting the iPhone 16's price by up to $346. That's around 15% off. But even with those cuts, consumers in China weren't convinced. Because at the end of the day, people don't just want cheaper, they want smarter. And Apple's iPhones, while still premium in build and design, are falling behind in the area where it now matters most. Intelligence. AI is not some futuristic concept anymore. It's here. It's in your camera, your keyboard, your apps, your photos. Huawei's phones are using it to create a seamless, personalized, efficient user experience. Apple? It's playing catch-up. Its AI presence still feels limited, tucked away in small features, not deeply baked into user experience like with Huawei's devices. But this is bigger than features. There's something else at play here, something deeper. Pride. Identity, ownership. Huawei represents more than just a smartphone brand to many Chinese consumers. It represents a homegrown, resilient, proudly local tech company that stood tall when the world tried to shut it down. That sentiment, it's powerful, and it's pushing consumers to choose local brands, not just because they're cheaper, but because they mean something. And it's not just Apple feeling the heat. Foreign smartphone brands as a whole have seen their market share in China drop from 16% to just 8% in a single year. That's a huge shift. Apple's drop alone is a major factor in that collapse. Now Apple is shifting its strategy. With China turning cold, Apple is looking to India, where smartphone demand is still growing. It's a smart move. India has a rising middle class, a hunger for premium tech, and less nationalistic tech sentiment than China. Apple's even started manufacturing phones locally there, opening up flagship stores and pushing its ecosystem harder. But India is not China. And the same problems could follow Apple if it doesn't rethink how it approaches global markets. Pricing is one part of it. AI is another. But more than anything, Apple needs to evolve. Fast. Because this industry isn't waiting. The next big opportunity to rebound might come during China's 618 shopping festival. Apple is expected to offer even deeper discounts, hoping to regain some momentum. But let's be real, discounts only go so far. You can't buy back loyalty. You have to earn it. So here we are, one of the biggest brands in the world, facing one of its biggest challenges in years. Not because it stopped making good products, but because others started making great ones, smarter ones, more affordable ones, and perhaps more meaningful ones to the people using them. Is this the beginning of Apple's decline? Probably not, but it's definitely a sign, a loud one, that in this new era of tech, brand alone isn't enough. You need innovation, emotion, relevance, and if Apple wants to stay on top, it's going to have to fight for it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech insights, and drop a comment below.